What's up, Tricology family? Welcome back to another episode of the Tricology News Talk. Now, before we get into today's episode, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We're hoping everyone have a safe and happy holidays through this Christmas weekend. Um, yeah, and a Happy New Year, Happy New Year, as we were going on to movie away from 2020 into 2021. Let's just hope that this year will be better than it was this year was that we're living in right now. But other than that, let's get started with today's episode with some news. So we just got the word that MGM it's selling their slate of stuff and all their library and everything. So this is what Deadline reports. The private company has more of a sales for several years, but Kim seemed to find a fit in place on price. The board is constantly talking. MGM doesn't have a scale to compete against the bigger studios, but could be a valuable piece of a bigger player. But right now, its only target will be surprised that if they gauge Banger to hold on to the silver sign anytime soon, it might be like the last report about the possible MGA translation would come to say that Tesla Waters, possibly not waiting on the pandemic, on the 007 film No Time to Die, a pocket with a streamer. There, MGM floated the possibility of granting a 1 year license of $60 million, but it was believed the rights holder Edgar decided it was worth waiting for a possible $1 billion theater growth and not risk denying a viable franchise for the future. And this is another source with another paragraph here what I want to talk about. There is every reason to believe that MGM's film slate will start taking hold and might share create a ninja momentum. Michael D. Luca was brought into the spare here that changed the charge, and under the leadership, MGM has been about the biggest theatrical release mind studios in the auction for the biggest movie packages of 2020. A lot of those went to higher bids for streamers, but the studio did acquire the Ridley Scott directed Gucci movie that has Lady Gaga playing the convicted murderer of Patricia Rich. In the film, that also has Adam Driver, Jared Leto, Al Pacino, Jack Hudson, and Rhea Kanani. MGM has the Paul Thomas Anderson's directed next film, as well as the Ron Howard directed Thomas GVK Retro Pick 13 Lives, and just the option to test the Coast novel, The Water Dance with Oprah Winfrey, and is working on the Pink Panther reboot, another Creed sequel. The studio has even said an April origin. All that, MGM is brought to Spock in a year where main studio pulled back as the pandemic brought the movie and going to a screechy halt. So, what I think about this situation, I think the best move for MGM to go to either Warner Brothers, Universal, or Sony, because they have certain. But every movie that was mentioned here in their past films, they have to team up with those the big five, or those three of the big five studios. So that's how I see this happening, as far as it goes, because as you know, Creed it's part of Warner Brothers, as it is. Um, yeah, the 007 has been with Sony a long time, but except for the new No Time to Die, it's with Universal this time. So no matter what happens, I think those are the three studios that might get MGM Studios as it is, but we'll have to wait and see how that's going to turn out. But on to our next topic will be on movie reviews. And for I'll be doing two movie reviews on this one. The first one is going to be on Tenet. Yes, I am finally going to do a movie review on this. I know I've been talking on my past episodes about what's going on with Tenet and how it's been doing in its theatrical run, but yeah, and and we're finally going to get to do a movie review. I know it's been long overdue, but I'm finally going to get to do this movie review. So if you don't know what Tenet is, so it's directed by Christopher Nolan. and it stars John David Washington, Robert Pattinson, Elizabeth Dickley, Demi Kerr, Michael Caine, and Keith Imberta. The plot follows a secret agent as he is manipulated the flow of time to prevent World War III. So, and what I like about this movie is that it has a visual that's a puzzle for the film lovers to unlock. Like it's a spy thriller, but it also is like it's a mystery thriller at the same time. It serves up all the especially to the audience, except for Christopher Nolan, except from a Christopher Nolan production, and all of that, and it gets you. It's like one of those movies like that if you see in theaters, you're like, oh, hold up, I got to see this like at least 2 or 3 times to understand what's going on. But like it keeps you at a certain mystery. Like it tells you what like what's the goal here and what's the behind the protagonist mindset of that, because even though and some parts of the movie kind of remind me of Interception, and but it's in its own way. And not only that, well, when you think about it, it's like it give you as perspective knowledge to think about well, what kind of world are we living in, and because and what kind of this motivation that these characters are going through, and what's the goal going into that, and how visually it will look, and once you see it for the first time, and you like, and once again, like I mentioned, you had to see it at least 2, 3 more times. But like during the like maybe like in the second half, you'll kind of get now what's to talk about. Maybe that because like in the first half, you probably won't understand like what's going on, but maybe like in the second half, you kind of understand what's the whole situation is about. But and other than that, I really love the visuals and the production beneath this movie. I wish it would have made more money in the box office if we wasn't living in this pandemic situation. But what can you do? But it tried and like to make enough money in its theatrical release in the box office. But but it was definitely worth watching. Like you gotta see at least watch this like 2 or 3 times at your home. But hopefully you got a 4K TV to watch, so that you'll be right in there. So, but yeah, other than that, I would definitely give this movie a plus. Like this is really really good for that. But yeah, and on to our next movie review will be on Mama Rainey's Black Bottom, which it was in select theaters and were on Netflix. So it's directed by George C. Wolfter. It was based on the play of the same name by August Wilson, produced by Denzel Washington, and it also stars Viola Davis and Chadwick Boseman in his final film appearance. And what I really love about it are the performances from Davis and Boseman, as well as the costume and the production and design of this movie. So it paid a lot of tribute to the Blue Legend, Mama Rainey, and the Black culture that behind who was behind the blues and everything. So and yeah, this is Chadwick Boseman did a amazing job, a real amazing job. So and he apports to see the shed a man a gift of a broken soul, driven by anger and trauma based on his when he was playing the character, make him more human at it. And his final moments on screen at times was among the darkest and also the finest at times. Um, all of this would be certain if Mama Ray's Baba they turn on the Worcester's Cracker dialogue and jazzy pace with the music. All about the movie amounts to soul resurrection that does not mark up to the bugger made pay to click it in the first place. But yeah, but Chadwick Boy invests the body and soul into Levi, the high-head trumpeter who dares to lock her with Ma in a shady Chicago recording studio, which they was paid to make music in a way the white bosses wanted to. But that was the time in 1927. But the racial taker feel timeless as ever it was. But this was a really a really good movie. So after you watch it, you gotta watch the 31 documentary. They're making behind it. I think it's called The Legacy Brought to the Screen. But yeah, this is a really good movie. You guys should watch. This is another A+ for me for that. But yeah, but that's our news today. Today, let me know in the comment section what are your thoughts. Everything I just on the topics I just touched about, and don't forget to like this video, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell when new episode uploaded. And other than that, this is Trico, and I'm signing off. Peace.